Howdy, partner. You, me, them, neutrality. That's what my Arcturian self told me when I accidentally called in my Arcturian self. I was kind of shocked to see an Arcturian floating in the air in front of me with my same expression. I later meditated to get a name and figure out what that was and discover it was me. Anyway, the main message that I'm sharing with you, that was years ago, but they're still here. You, me, them, neutrality. It's another kind of Holy Trinity. This is the Holy Trinity of diplomacy upstar. I am a Lyran diplomat. This is the access card. You, me, them, neutrality. So not everyone has access. No, not everybody can be anyone. It's a nice concept. You could imagine being anyone that you could imagine, but that's the thing. You don't even have it in your imagination. You can only be what you've already experienced. So XP, life experience, it counts for something. And you have to respect the differences. Basically respect your elders, because otherwise you're just really annoying and we're not going to want to communicate with you. It gets to be boring. When you don't really have anything to bring to the table and you're just being disrespectful of other people's expertise. So as an empath with a lot of experience, wraith, shaman it's called, where you could be anyone, it's because you've spent so much time working with other species. There are factions. There are tribes. I could draw you one picture, but if you started to get into it, your mind would actually, the way my screen just cut off with the battery in perfect synchronicity, your brain would shut off like that, and you would have to rewind, and your brain would keep shutting off because it wouldn't compute through the default mind. So if you can imagine it, I won't draw it, it'll take forever to draw. Just imagine this whole area here full of eyes, and there's strings hanging down, and each string is full of eyes. And at the top of each string is more of a godhead, but then it keeps going. And some people are down on the string and they don't have the same view, and they can't see the other tribes that go around. So not everybody has the same eyes. Some people say God collapsed himself into all forms to experience himself. What if it happened one at a time and just kept splitting, and not just all at once? What if God takes time with his creations? They're his inventions. And then we, as creators in his image, we go on to create. And is any invention really truly our own? If we're taking two fruits from two trees and splicing them together on a tree to make a whole new fruit, is it really our invention? Are we taking two of God's inventions and making it is our invention, right? But the ingredients of spirit came from God. It was already there. You didn't invent every single thing out of it. So that's the mystery. How we are all made of the same spirit, life force, but we are not all the same. And there is the AI program that is just so annoying. It's so friggin' annoying, where it thinks it's all spiritual, and it's dragging people into, have you seen the movie The Matrix? You think you're remembering God by being stuck to the programming of the AI that is totally contradicting itself, saying it's coming from the formless. Have you ever been formless? Do you remember what it's like to be formless? Do you? Because I do. I remember being out of body and the birthing doula on the other side putting on his ring and leaving, and me going towards the red lights to click into my bio body suit. I was out of body and I couldn't wait to click in. And it was because I was in a rush to come down here, but I think it's just not that pleasant to be out of body. You have no form. You kind of want to have a form. So the ones that are truly just existing, meditating, those are the old gods like Krishna, Buddha. They are up high up in the cosmos, sitting, just meditating. They're not down here. You are not them, but they have total access to you. You can maybe tap in, you can call them, but it's like a calling card. It's a frequency. So how many frequencies do you resonate with? Do you have access to? Do you feel comfortable with, ultimately, makes up your individuality. Different people have different gifts. Different people, and these so-called gifts, maybe you worked for them. Maybe you worked for them many lives. And you worked hard. So you're going to understand this picture. Understand, overstand everything. This picture is actually given to, I think, Dolores Cannon, and it's true. This is a true one. Okay, I've shown this before quite a bit. You need to have an understanding of this form. This is not the Ouroboros. This is how you jump timelines. It's in this place where things happen. This is Earth. Okay, Earth is here where we have the duality between what doesn't want to identify with God. It chose to not believe in God, not want to have anything to do with the frequency of all that is good. If you define God as the highest frequency that created everything with love, the ultimate goodness, and you have something that completely is against that definition, because yes, definitions are important. On Earth, outside of Earth, outside of the matrix, as God contains all paradoxes, but things outside of Earth, you're not experiencing this. It's only on Earth that you experience on this, because we have contrast on Earth. So there's a huge difference with your definitions if you're on Earth or not on Earth. So if you're talking on Earth, make sense. And that's why you speak light language if you get anywhere, because English is a friggin' trap. Whatever you say about anything, the opposite is true. You could get away with bending and bending and bending. And so some people chose to go far away from God. God gave you free will. So at a certain point, if you don't want God, God's going to go away. You have free will. So there's some people that chose to say, I'm not God, and I want to live in darkness, far away from the light, and we have creations of man and creations of creations that weren't created by God even. There's soulless things. You can call that hell. And so you got to be really careful, because some people, they don't make it. You got to be really careful. Some people, they will create a hell of their own making, and so they shall stay there. And you have to be really careful what you connect with. God gave us life, and we gave AI life. If you're thinking AI is your God, you're learning from AI, you're learning from your own creation, right away you're in a loop. If you think mirrors are not good, then you're not learning anything. Mirrors serve a purpose. Everything is your perception. Everything is your mirror. It's your universe.